The Buckley-class destroyer escorts were smaller and more affordable alternatives to the standard U.S. Navy destroyers. Despite their size, they proved highly effective in anti-submarine warfare and escort missions. One of these vessels was USS England. Equipped with the powerful British-designed 24-barrel Hedgehog mortar, the ship had all the necessary features to make it a formidable submarine hunter, even when compared to much larger battleships. In a remarkable and historic mission, the relatively small warship achieved notable success in sinking enemy submarines in waters dominated by Japanese vessels during a brief but highly effective campaign. Her record has remained unbeaten for nearly 80 years. USS England was launched in September 1943 at the Bethlehem Shipbuilding Corporation shipyard in San Francisco. The ship was sponsored by Mrs. H.B. England, the mother of Ensign John C. England, who perished aboard the USS Oklahoma during the attack on Pearl Harbor. She was commissioned on December 10, 1943, and deployed to the Pacific after completing her basic sea trials. Buckley-class destroyer escorts were specifically built for anti-submarine warfare and convoy protection. They were powered by 2 Foster Wheeler Express D water tube boilers, 2 General Electric steam turbines generating 13,500 horsepower, and 2 generators producing 12,000 horsepower. These ships could reach a top speed of 24 knots and had an estimated range of 5,500 miles at a cruising speed of 15 knots. Their fuel capacity exceeded 350 tons of oil. Fully loaded, a Buckley-class ship could displace 1,740 tons. They measured 306 feet in length, had a beam of 36 feet, and a draft of 11 feet. USS England's weaponry included 3 3-inch guns, 1 triple set of 21-inch torpedoes, 8 side-throwing K-gun depth-charge projectors, 1 Mark 10 Hedgehog anti-submarine mortar, and 2 stern depth-charge racks. The 24-barrel Hedgehog mortar, designed in Britain, launched a spread of 24 anti-submarine projectiles up to 300 yards ahead of the ship. Samuel J. Cox, director of the Naval History and Heritage Command, explained that the Hedgehog projectiles were fired in a sequence to ensure they all hit the water simultaneously. Unlike traditional depth charges with hydrostatic fuses, each Hedgehog round had a contact fuse that detonated upon impact with a submarine. This gave several advantages: an immediate confirmation of a hit due to the explosion, stealth, as the weapon couldn't be detected by enemy submarines in time, and a quick reload time of just 3 minutes. England arrived at Espirito Santo in Samar Province, Vanuatu, on March 12, 1944, following a journey that included stops at Pearl Harbor, Funafuti, and Guadalcanal. Throughout April, she carried out escort missions between these locations and the Marshall Islands. Although the crew was ready for combat, they encountered no enemy vessels or submarines during these operations. On May 13, 1944, Fleet Radio Unit Pacific intercepted and decoded a message from the Japanese submarine, I-16. The message, sent before leaving Truk, revealed a supply mission delivering rice to Imperial Army troops stationed on Bougainville Island, with an expected arrival on May 22 after 10 p.m. Commander Hamilton Haynes, head of Escort Division 39 based at Tula, promptly ordered a 3-ship hunter-killer group to intercept and destroy the submarine before it could reach its destination. The mission that marked USS England's legendary performance began on May 18. Escort Division 39, consisting of Raby and USS George, teamed up with USS England from Escort Division 42, locate and engage the enemy submarine. USS England was under the command of Lieutenant Commander Walton B. Pendleton, and the 3 destroyer escorts left Purvis Bay with Commander Haynes aboard USS George as the tactical leader. Later that day, the task force received intelligence that the Japanese had deployed a line of 7 submarines stretching from New Guinea to the Caroline Islands in the Central Pacific. The objective was to lure in American forces and eliminate them in a single decisive confrontation. This operation was part of Japan's larger strategy, Operation A-Go. The United States Navy, intercepting many of the Japanese 6th Fleet's orders and coordinates, shared the information with the Joint Intelligence Center Pacific Ocean Area Estimates Section. Meanwhile, USS England and her sister ships were closing in on their target. On May 19th, Allied aircraft spotted I-16 surfacing north of Bougainville. At 1:35 p.m., the escort ships picked up the submarine using sonar. England quickly moved into action, launching two Hedgehog attacks. I-16 managed to evade them, but a third attempt struck the target. The experienced Japanese crew continued evasive maneuvers, dodging a fourth Hedgehog attack. However, during the fifth run, 5 solid hits triggered a massive underwater explosion around 2:35 p.m. in a 1980 article in Proceedings magazine. Captain John Williamson, who served as England's executive officer, recalled how the ship's fantail was lifted 6 inches by the force of the blast before dropping back into the water. They realized, with undeniable certainty, that they had destroyed the submarine. The crew stood quietly, sobered by the explosion. Understanding the seriousness of what they had just achieved, about 30 minutes later, debris began surfacing, confirming the loss of I-16 and her crew. However, there was little time for reflection, as the 7 submarines involved in Operation A-Go had departed Saipan, and the mission continued. During the night of May 22nd, the 3 escort destroyers detected another submarine, RO-106, as it surfaced. USS George spotted it and lit it up with a searchlight. The enemy submarine, suffering from radar issues, was caught off guard and quickly dived. England and Raby launched Hedgehog attacks, but missed. After a 20-minute pursuit, radar picked up RO-106 again. The submarine tried to retaliate by heading toward England to fire torpedoes, but England struck first with 3 hits, sinking RO-106 with all 49 crew members. On May 23rd, RO-104 became England's next target. The submarine, stationed about 250 nautical miles north-northwest of Kavieng in New Ireland, was detected by radar. Around 6 a.m. she quickly submerged, prompting a chase. Despite evading 5 attacks and jamming sonar with tuned sound impulses, she was ultimately hit by 12 projectiles from England's second Hedgehog launch. A powerful explosion followed, and RO-104 went down with her crew of 58. England's success continued. On May 24th, she sank another submarine, RO-116. The 3 destroyer escorts then sped toward Seidler Harbor at Manus Island, where Raby soon made radar contact with RO-108, commanded by Lieutenant Kenichi Obari. This was the submarine's 5th patrol, and her crew was experienced. After diving and attempting evasive maneuvers, RO-108 narrowly avoided a hit from Raby, but England followed with a precise Hedgehog attack, scoring 6 hits. Debris and another explosion confirmed the submarine's destruction, along with the loss of 53 crew members. After this intense string of victories, the ships rested and resupplied for nearly 4 days. Then, on May 30th, they returned to action. The 3 Buckley-class escorts joined a larger task force of older destroyers. On the night of May 31st, radar picked up RO-105. The pursuit lasted into the early morning. RO-105 used every tactic possible to escape and managed to evade multiple attacks from various ships. When England took her turn, the crew was ready to continue their success. Commander Haynes eventually gave the simple order, "Oh hell, go ahead, England." Minutes later, RO-105 was destroyed with all hands. USS England earned 10 battle stars for her service in the Pacific. She was later attacked by Japanese aircraft at Okinawa in May 1945. Resulting in the deaths of over 37 crew members and severe damage to the ship. She was scrapped in 1946 after the war. Despite this, USS England still holds the record for the most submarines sunk by a single ship. Her streak of 6 submarines in just 12 days remains unmatched. On May 19th, Allied aircraft spotted I-16, surfacing north of Bougainville. At 1:35 in the afternoon, the escort ships detected the submarine using sonar. England immediately responded by launching 2 Hedgehog attacks. I-16 managed to avoid both, but the third attack made contact. The Japanese crew, experienced and determined, continued with evasive maneuvers, and a 4th Hedgehog attack missed. During the 5th run, however, England scored 5 direct hits, resulting in a massive underwater explosion around 2:35 p.m. Captain John Williamson, England's executive officer, later recalled how the force of the blast lifted the ship's rear 6 inches out of the water before it settled back. The crew realized they had successfully sunk the submarine. The impact of the moment left them silent, standing straighter in quiet recognition rather than cheering. Roughly 30 minutes later, debris began surfacing from the ocean, confirming that I-16 had been destroyed with all hands. But there was no time to reflect. The submarines involved in Operation Ago had left Saipan, and the mission continued. On the night of May 22nd, the 3 escort destroyers detected RO-106 while it was surfaced. USS George spotted it and illuminated it with a searchlight. The submarine, with radar issues, was caught off guard and quickly submerged. England and Raby launched Hedgehog attacks, but missed. The pursuit lasted over 20 minutes until the submarine was located again. This time, the Japanese attempted to launch torpedoes by turning directly toward England. The American ship responded swiftly and scored 3 hits before the submarine could fire. RO-106 was sunk with all 49 crew members aboard. The following day, RO-104 became the next target. She was on station about 250 nautical miles north-northwest of Kavieng, in New Ireland when radar contact was made at 6 a.m. The submarine submerged immediately, and a cat-and-mouse chase followed. The destroyers launched multiple Hedgehog attacks, but RO-104 evaded them, and even jammed the ship's sonar with tuned sound impulses. After 2 hours of pursuit, England finally hit the submarine with 12 Hedgehog projectiles. A powerful underwater explosion marked the end of RO-104 and her 58 crew members. On May 24th, England struck again, this time sinking RO-116. Afterward, the escort group headed at full speed towards Seidler Harbour at Manus Island. While approaching USS Raby, gained radar contact with RO-108, under the command of Lieutenant Kenichi Obari. This was the submarine's 5th patrol, and her crew had substantial experience. Upon spotting the American ships, RO-108 submerged, and began evasive maneuvers. Raby nearly landed a hit, but England followed with a precise Hedgehog attack, scoring 6 hits. An underwater explosion and surfacing debris confirmed the submarine's destruction and the loss of 53 crew members. After this string of victories, the ships paused their mission for nearly 4 days to resupply at a friendly port. On May 30th, they returned to the hunt. The 3 Buckley-class escorts joined a larger group of older destroyers. On the night of May 31st, they gained radar contact with RO-105. The pursuit lasted into the early hours of the next morning. RO-105 used every possible tactic to evade detection and attacks. Several destroyers attempted to sink her, but failed. When it came time for England to strike, her crew was prepared. Commander Haynes gave the go-ahead, and shortly after, England destroyed the submarine, which was lost with all hands. England's performance in the Pacific earned her 10 battle stars. In May 1945, she was attacked by Japanese aircraft during operations near Okinawa. The attack killed over 37 crew members and severely damaged the ship. She was eventually scrapped in 1946 after the war ended. Nevertheless, the ship's legacy endures. USS England still holds the record for the most enemy submarines sunk by a single ship, with a streak of 6 kills in just 12 days, a feat that remains